an artist can turn any pile of scrap into a supercar.
It's over. The house controls the best leagues. We own the cops.
Need for Speed is back after a year away with Need for Speed Payback, and here to tell us all about it is Sam Loveridge.
Hello.
Hi, Sam. So, Need for Speed Payback has gone back to its sort of Fast and Furious roots. What are we dealing with here in terms of the story and what's going on?
Okay, so you're like part of a crew. There's you and sort of, 4 of your mates, and you try and steal a car, and you get double-crossed by someone who you thought was your mate, and hence the title. You're about to go on a massive revenge quest, basically.
I see. So, in terms of the storyline, is it good? Is it like Fast and Furious?
Brilliant. Yeah, like it's by switching between different races and stuff, it's kind of trying to blend GTA 5 with Fast and the Furious, but with brilliant results. Like, if you want something that's, over the top, silly, a little bit cheesy, has a lot of millennial dialogue that might make you cringe, but it's car chases and smashing up police cars and driving 18-wheelers off the side of a bridge, and it's the sort of high-octane action that you'd hope from a Need for Speed game, and it's sort of done in a tongue-in-cheek way that just makes every single second of it brilliant, basically.
When you say it's blending sort of GTA with Fast and Furious, that's because of the new characters this time, of which you get to control 3 of them?
Yes, so you've got Jess, who's like the lady of the group, but she's like a badass lady because she loves breaking the law and is like a getaway driver and stuff. You mostly play as a guy called Tyler, who is sort of the main protagonist, who is the one who sort of, deep-seated rage is driving you forward all the time. And then you've also got Mac, who is your sort of drift off-roader specialist, who's my personal favourite because he's English and hilarious.
Right. And so the things you'll be doing during the game is there is a storyline which drives you through the game.
Yeah, no pun intended.
No pun intended. But there's also a lot of different races, so it's not just like go here, race there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of versatility in the game. You've got, to begin with, you've only got 2 strands. You've got the off-roading and the sort of traditional A to B lap races, but then after you've done that, it opens up the map and you get drag races, drift races, like getaway races, but then you've also got all the different collectibles, speed runs and speed cameras that you've got to go through at a certain speed, and there is a lot to do in this vast world.
And this is all very much like an arcade game.
Yeah,
so
it's very much like it's not simulated at all. Like, there is a live tuning thing that you can tweak to adjust your settings on the go if you really want to get into the handling and the sort of minutiae of that. But if you just want to get in a car and drive, this is the sort of game that you want for that. And
it's all set in the what is now traditional Need for Speed sort of open world.
Yes, I mean, and it's a very beautiful one, and it moves from sort of desert to mountains to cities and all of that in between. It just feels a bit lifeless. Like, you might meet a few AI cars on the way, and there are like roaming races that you can challenge, but it's not like a Forza Horizon where you feel like you're in a bustling city, or it's just a bit bland. It's not memorable.
Just because there's nothing in it.
Yeah, it's very pretty, and the photo mode takes full advantage of that, but you don't feel like it's like a real place.
Okay, so that's one slightly negative side of it. The other side is the drag quest line.
Yeah, well, it's mainly the grind. The drag is where it really hit the point for me where I actually couldn't progress. So each of your cars has a level, and that level will have to match or be greater than the mission that you're about to do, which is kind of like car RPG, if you will, if that's a thing. Where you've got to collect these speed cards in order to boost your level, but you can only get them by doing other races and kitting them out with your car, or you can buy them using the in-game currency, not real world currency, which I would have done last night because it was driving me slowly insane. And in order to get them, you need to spend at least £11,000, or dollars, in fact, not pounds. And doing one race only gets you 7. So suddenly you've hit this wall where you've got to just keep doing things over and over again in order to be able to progress. And the drag one, it seemed like before I could be like 5 to 10 levels lower than the mission and be fine. And then suddenly the drag was like, I had to be 30 above in order to even get the speed to beat the other racer. It's, yeah, very frustrating.
Fine. So let's move on to talk about the police. Big aspect of Need for Speed traditionally.
Yep.
Are they featured in this one?
In the story missions, they're everywhere. There's one point where I was surrounded by 20 of them trying to get along the motorway, but they're not anywhere apart from the story. Like, I went searching for them because I do love a cop chase, but nope, nowhere in the world.
So in the open world, you can't find
you
any
can't
police?
trigger anything, really. You have to go to a marker and find an activity. It's not just a case of like, yeah, a cop will see you and come chasing after you. It's not that sort of game, which is quite the opposite to every other Need for Speed game ever.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to compare this to other racing games, like we should. So graphically, Forza Horizon, is
Absolutely.
it on a level?
Yeah, it's on par.
And gameplay-wise?
It's a blast. Like, you know, the classic nitrous of Need for Speed is there. You get the sense of speed, and they're great fun to drive. Like, even though I've been driving a VW Golf GTI from like the beginning,
Which you've stuck with?
Jeffrey,
all
yes,
the way through.
Yes, he's my favourite. There have been others because you have to have a different car for every quest line, but it's always come back to that one.
And is
it's
that
cheaper?
Is that because of the upgrade path?
Yes, like if you want a nice snazzy car, you can buy one, but in order to get the cash for that, you're going to have to play a lot. Probably a lot more than I'm ever going to play.
Okay, so in summary then, brilliant story,
Yep.
bit silly,
Yep.
but a great arcade racing game.
Yeah, if you want something that you can pick up and play and sink a few hours into and have some fun, this is great, but it's not one that you're going to stay with for hours and hours on end, or just because it doesn't feel like there's enough like challenge there, really.
And it's really designed for that. Pick up and play,
Yeah.
half an hour, go and play something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, Sam, what are we giving Need for Speed Payback?
Need for Speed Payback is getting 3.5 stars.